Hello again, ground crew. Just wanted to touch base as I pack up and get ready. Make sure you listen to the video if you would like me to help you with setting the attentions for August 8th when I go back to the sacred site. Please listen to that video and do send me an email. And thank you so much for all of those who have already sent it. And once again, I am just so honored and so grateful to be able to do this, as well as connect with the most compassionate, hearted, loving individuals as we create our new universe. So, I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about some things that have gone on over the last 40 days that, having been absent, wow, I got to see things that were going on amongst others that I knew were coming. I just didn't think it would be so dramatic. So I'm going to address this in a positive way, in the sense of you are going to feel so many different energies. So be patient and loving and kind with yourself and even with others. There have been floods and earthquakes, and I don't know if anybody felt the energy last night, but I got whipped at about 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, I had been doing a lot of healings earlier that day, last night, and this morning, so I've been moving tons and tons of energy. But I immediately went onto my phone when I got hit because it was nausea first, and then all of a sudden I got the vertigo type feelings and the beautiful hot sweats, and then you name it, it all hit. And then the place where I was staying, the fire alarm went off. So I'm sitting there in vertigo, having to listen to this big booming sound and actually leave the building. Quite eventful, may I say. And this is the perfect explanation of the energies that are going on right now. They are wild, they are intense. We are clearing, we are letting go of things. We have to be willing to let go of them, but everything is changing. And a huge portion of what's been happening, the reason why I've had to go to these specific locations, is a form of encoding or downloading or DNA activation, portaling, you name it. There are there are a few words as to describe what exactly is transpiring, but the important piece is it brings us into a whole new level of existence, which has been going on for the last couple of years. This is not a one time event. So I always say to people, do not hang out waiting for an event that somebody is promising. The event is you. The event is your choice, and the event is you making actions to a better life that you are looking for, not waiting for somebody else to tell you what that event is. And part of the problem with putting people, situations, or events on pedestals is that it negates you, the value of you as the master of the creations that you bring into your life. So while we can co create and discuss and be together and share philosophies and encouragement and love, this is not a platform where one actually puts oneself above another. We all have unbelievably unique skills, and I've said it for the very beginning. And I remember in March warning everybody that there would come a time where even the strongest of the strong, who seem to be the head of movements, would start to fight amongst themselves, and issues and breakups and other things would come. Well, we're well in that time. And I think because of the 40-day break, in a sense, from seeing what was going on, all of a sudden I came back and I was like, wow, it is major. Even individuals who one thinks are evolved are going through their own shedding process. We are human. Be patient with everyone. And most importantly, don't first step on the defensive. And what I mean is, a lot of times when an event or a situation happens in your life, you immediately go to defend yourself. Oh, but I did this because of this reason. You want to put ego to the side and you want to turn around and say, of my highest and best for myself and for others, what is it that I hope to achieve? And how is it that I can proceed from now? So, one of the great stories was, of course, in these travels, I literally arrived to places right after major floods. And these beautiful towns were decimated. But may I tell you, the strength and the beauty of humans just continues to keep me going. Because in these small towns, before any government could even remotely start to react, every bulldozer, every four wheeler, every vehicle, every air conditioner, you name it, or fan, sorry, anything and everything was brought as people collectively got together. They didn't need an institution to tell them how this needed to be done. They literally saw there was a problem. Numerous of our neighbors are literally stranded. How are we going to get to everybody? And anybody who was mobile and or could move pulled out that equipment and went to help each other. The lesson here is, did they actually stop to think, oh, I've been angry at Joe for 20 years because he did so and so to so and so's daughter at this point, and did their egos get involved? No. What did they do? They immediately hopped on to be supportive. I have never seen so many four-wheelers lined up with fans in 95-degree weather as people were out there literally shoveling, digging, buckets, you name it. Everything was brought to help out. So, when you see these major groups go up against each other, number one, don't attach to the information. Information is fluid. It is moving, it's coming, it's going. But remember, we all have risen way above the 3D constructs. We don't live there anymore. Therefore, if we don't live there anymore, it means that we don't need to engage in their games. Again, I'm all for popping through different places, looking at whatever other people are thinking, and then moving into your heart and seeing what works for you, or turning it all off. Because if you find you're getting triggered because the energies are so intense, like the M solar flare last night that knocked me out, then just turn it all off and relax and love on yourself and be good to yourself, because there probably is nothing you can do at that moment. Therefore, the best you can do is bring in your highest and best and be at peace, be love. And if somebody needs something that you feel you can do, well, then be my guest. Go take care of that. But when you are literally looking at let's say, two of your favorite groups, two of your favorite parties, and this is simply an example, and all of a sudden there's infighting in those groups, and you go, oh my goodness, that group too, what is going on? Know that it is a natural progression for them. They need to shed the pieces that are not working for them. And because everybody is moving so quickly through these processes, they will move and create what they need to create. And they will have to say goodbye to those who no longer are in that same modality at that time. And there is nothing wrong with that. That is totally okay. But this is where it's important for you to reflect. You know how all the people showed up for the flood? They didn't think twice, they didn't let their ego get in. That's how I want you to look at wherever there is tension. So you're looking at the two parties, and literally what you're going to do is say, A, I will not engage. I will not put my emotional energy into it. And I send love to both parties. Neither party is right or wrong. They are both where they need to be at the moment. Therefore, you disengage, you send them both love, you hold space for both of them, and know that they will move through as they need to. But what you need to ask yourself is, if you feel yourself jumping on the bandwagon going, no, 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 this person is right. This person is right. And I assure you, I understand that. If you find yourself getting on that bandwagon, then what you need to do is you need to reflect back to yourself. Why is this so important to me? Why am I so strongly taking a side? Because if you're taking a side, what has happened is you are on some level judging for hurt that has happened to you. And therefore, you are literally saying, no, I need to send an email to tell that person is right. I need to tell other people that this is how it is. I need to expose the fact that these people are not telling the truth. Each one of those are ego issues. When you have tamed the ego, you are able to see all the situations from a different perspective and not feel the need to put in more flame, more drama, more energy to something that simply needs to end and let go of. So, as you think of these energies coming in, the prime importance for you right now is to continue to tell yourself in the most loving way, I live in a higher energy. I am here to be unconditional love. All the energies that I pull forward into my beingness are ones that bring me joy and love and fun. The work that I do is no longer the 3D old mentality. I am moving forward, and I'm not nervous about the unknown any longer. And this is another place where so many people get caught up is, but I don't know how it's going to turn out. You know what? That's phenomenal. The fact that you don't know how it's going to turn out and you are willing to sit with that energy and learn to find peace right there means you are living the quantum lifestyle. And that's really what ascension pieces are all about, because we have so many different ways of looking at things, but finding peace makes us able to come and go and interact with others and move through dynamics and not get triggered. That alone brings you to a place where you start to pull in others who operate from that same level. And that is a beautiful place to be. So trust yourself. Bring that love to yourself. Go into your heart, understanding that all these energies are going to come and go. The flood came, the waters came, and it will be rebuilt better than before. This is happening to all of us right at this very minute. And there is a lot of energy coming and going. And it does have to do with circumstances and locations and you moving on. So pat yourself on the back. Be proud of yourself that you've made it this far. Agree in your heart that you will continue to let go and trust, because everything is going to turn out better than you could have ever expected, because these dimensional shifts are so dramatic. You will start to see things you never, ever believed were there in the best way. So, I just wanted to hop on because I'll be gone now again a few days. Remind you, send in your information. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and just sending you all my love for a beautiful, wonderful, glorious day. Love you.